KXWR Warrior Radio. Today on KXWR Warrior Radio, we're talking about an exciting upcoming event, the Directing Change Community Show happening in Chinle. I'm joined by Diné College alum Cody Elliott, who now works as a research program assistant with Project A.W.A.R.E. Wildcats through the Johns Hopkins Center for Indigenous Health. Welcome, Cody.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Can you introduce yourself and share your journey from Diné College to where you are now?
Yeah, thank you. So, yate sheya my discussion Kapai Bashichin, Tanzani Dashiche, Tachini Dashanala, Alum Cody Elliott in I recently graduated from Diné College back in December of 2025 with my Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. And then previous to that, with my Associate of Arts in Social and Behavioral Science as well. So that is the 2 degrees that I've received here at Diné College. And then starting with that one, I started back in 2019 with the Summer Institute program. And then from there, worked my way all the way to graduation.
And what inspired you to study psychology?
At first, I didn't have an interest in psychology in the beginning, but as I did start back in the summer of 2019, I started out with liberal arts at first, and then from there, worked my way into social behavioral science, and then taking that program, the courses in there really inspired me to continue on with psychology and to further that.
And what was your experience like as a student at Diné College?
Being a student here, it was definitely fun. I partook in the Summer Institute, so that one really shaped my first experience here as a first-time freshman. And the program at the time was under Stephanie Jim, so she really provided the culture and the cultural perspectives of Diné College, and really showed how to keep that balance between the traditional approach and the Western approach with education. So that would be my experience, is learning to balance both approaches.
And was there a moment at Diné College that really shaped your path?
I would definitely say so, yes. So I did start out as a full-time student in the beginning, but toward my junior year, I started to pick up on internships. And in those internships, I was working at the peer mentor program. I worked with the first year experience program as a peer tutor, and then with residence life as a student resident advisor. So those 3, I would definitely say, helped to shape my the approach in psychology that I was learning. And it really helped to increase all of the interest in working with people, working with my peers, working with staff, and shaping that path to being involved socially.
And can you tell us about the Directing Change Community Show, and what is that about?
So the Directing Change is a after-school program that we work with in partnerships with the Youth Creating Change program. The Youth Creating Change program are based out in California, to where they have a statewide, they call it Directing Change film contest. And there, every school within the state of California submit to that Directing Change film contest. This year, we were able to get Apache County into it, and along with that, we got Chinle Unified School District into there. So we have Chinle High School and Chinle Junior High School who have submitted films into the Directing Change Film Contest. And in this one, it's a program to where the youth have the opportunity to create 60-second PSAs on mental health and suicide prevention. And after that, they submit it to there. And all of it just helps to build on their creativity in filmmaking, along with the approach of mental health awareness, and suicide prevention. So this program falls under our project. So Project A.W.A.R.E. Wildcats. A.W.A.R.E. stands for Advancing Wellness and Resiliency in Education. So this project is a collaboration between Chinle Unified School District and Johns Hopkins Center for Indigenous Health, to where we have the leverage to implement mental health related prevention, awareness, intervention, and resilience activities with the district. So we work with all 7 schools to deliver various programs, and directing change is one of them.
That sounds like a lot of work, but it's also like healing and health and everything, and getting a lot of community involvement. Why is it important for our community, especially for students?
I think it is important because it does help to reduce the stigma against mental illness, and it provides a environment to where there's open discussions about mental health. And in doing that, it does provide the understanding and awareness of mental health and helping to reduce that stigma against it.
And this event takes place on the 17th of April at the Wildcat Den in Chinle, Arizona, from 5 to 7 p.m. And what can people expect when they attend the April 7th event at the Wildcat Den?
So one thing that they can definitely expect is the red carpet themed. So there'll be a red carpet laid all the way out. Photos will be taken, popcorn will be served, and then from certain individuals who have seen the films already, they definitely say that it is amazing, it is inspiring, and they are filled with a tingling sensation. So I would definitely say that they can expect that.
And how does film and storytelling help bring awareness to mental health?
So speaking on the student perspective, all of it, they have the opportunity to be creative. They have the opportunity to come up with a story that they want to portray to the community, either something that they deem as important internally or externally within the environment that they're in with their peers. So allowing the opportunity to be very creative through through storyboarding.
And you're touching on mental health. Why is it important to talk about mental health in our communities right now?
So for the community, like I did mention previously, it does help to reduce the stigma. And by having open discussions about mental health, it does provide an understanding and the awareness for it. And overall, it just helps to reduce the stigma against it. And then providing a safer environment for individuals to reach out to seek help and to know that sometimes it is okay to not be okay.
How does the program support youth and students?
So the program does provide them with after-school program that they are in. That one, it provides them with the opportunity to be creative in their films. It provides them with a voice, what they would see as important within, like I said, internally or externally. They have the opportunity to express that through being creative with filming.
And what do you hope people take away from attending this event?
One thing that I do hope that they will take away is the understanding of mental health. Like there's not like it is okay to not be okay, and that it is okay to seek help and to help reduce that stigma against mental illness.
And what advice would you give current Diné College students who are interested in psychology or helping their community?
So for younger psych majors, I would definitely say to engage in discussions, engage in asking a lot of questions, especially challenging assumptions, because the psychology field definitely thrives on a diverse perspective with all of that combined. And then developing research skills is definitely another one, which helps to understand the approaches between qualitative approach and a quantitative approach. So definitely understanding further on that. And along with finding a certain field of psychology that they're interested in, because psychology is broad. It's not just one psychology. There's clinical psychology, there's developmental, there's social, and also cognitive psychology as well. So understanding what field of psychology that they're interested in, because as they continue on to graduate, it tends to gear toward more one field, and their expertise will be in that.
And what skills or habits helped you succeed during your time in college?
some of the skills that I did learn was organizational skills, definitely networking skills, and time management. So learning all of those skills are what helped me to get through college.
How can students start getting involved in opportunities like this?
So there are various opportunities that we do have with our center. Sometimes we do take on interns from Diné College. When STREP was the thing during the summer, we did take in interns from there. And then we do take on AmeriCorps interns as well to work under our umbrella. So our center is full of not just our project, but various other projects as well. And all of it is geared toward behavioral health and working within that field. So definitely picking up on internships and then finding internships that we do work with as well.
And can you remind listeners when and where the event is happening?
Yeah, so the Directing Change Community Show is April 17th at the Wildcat Den in Chinle, Arizona from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., but doors do open at 4 p.m.
And the red carpet treatment you're talking about, that?
Yeah, definitely. So that's where the red carpet will definitely come in from 4 all the way to 5. As they enter, they'll see a whole bunch of other things, but I'll leave that as a surprise.
All right, that sounds fun. Who should come out to this event?
Definitely, this event is open to all. So all.
Not all.
Yeah.
Everyone listening right
Everyone
now
listening.
can is invited. All right. Is there any final words you'd like to add, Cody?
Right off the top of my head, not that I can think of, rather than it is okay to not be okay, and it is okay to seek help.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
You're always welcome back, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right. That is our interview with Cody. Thank you, Cody, for sharing your story and for the work you're doing to support mental health and our community. Again, the Directing Change Community Show will be happening April 17th at the Wildcat Den in Chinle from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Doors open at 4, and you can support your local community. All right, you're listening to KXWR Warrior Radio.